Let's go to Wack 100. Charleston White violating speaks on Charleston. Let's see what this shit's about.
I know Chigs is in here recording this.
Yeah. No Chig Smooth in here, right? So whatever you say,
you know Chig gonna have everything up there.
Whatever you say, Chig's gonna be on YouTube with it, man.
Well, never thought we'd see this day. Wack 100 is willing to put his differences aside to Wack and Charleston White collabing together. Post comments below, subscribe to my channel, like this video. I'll see you guys later.
Let's talk about it. Shout out Troy Ave. He had to jump on everybody. The streets is a myth. But we got to talk about it. I had a good weekend, productive weekend. The Adam and Wack show, we had a guest. My nigga Compton, Rick Rock from Nutty Block Compton Crip. He came up there. Seen a couple of his homeboys I did time with a couple of decades ago. Good feel. But he addressed a whole lot. That be out this week. No Jumper. The Adam and Wack show. This week was his week. We rotate. Adam and Wack show. The next week it'd be the Wack and Adam show. This is what we do. But check it out. I gotta give credits where credits due. This just real shit. Cause they do this shit to me. If they remotely think something happened to me, they'll take it, amplify it, lie about the shit. But if some shit I did is in my favor, everybody hush hush. They don't say nothing about it. I don't particularly fuck with Charleston White.
You shouldn't.
Right? But I understand the nigga. But this weekend in Arizona, every street nigga that approached him, the ones that approached, I'm not gonna say if you was there, because some of y'all feel like I feel. It's only one thing you could do with a nigga like Charleston White if that's what you want, if it's that serious to you.
Right.
Other than that, go on about your motherfucking business.
See? That's
But
what I'm saying.
all you niggas that approach Charleston White, especially that bust-ass nigga he was fighting, God Corleone.
Oh, that's what his name
I
is.
think that's your name. I got it from our audio girl, Rosetta, on Clubhouse. You know everything's Clubhouse with Wack.
It is.
You know, I hear they say, oh, that nigga Clubhouse, you motherfucker right on Clubhouse. And if you get to running your mouth,
okay, hold on,
I got 32 spies.
This I agree with. I agree. You let a clown be a clown and let that just burn out. Because if you stop feeding it, like the thing is, we just feeding the fire.
Yeah.
With all these people who keep engaging with him and responding, like you just let that nigga do what he do. I said the same thing with 6ix9ine.
Okay.
Like, just let that nigga do and just stop fucking with him, and that shit gonna die out.
Right.
Niggas gonna stop paying attention. But people kept re-engaging with it and shit. You
Right.
know, letting whatever he say or whatever he do get to him, and I didn't want to respond.
Right.
Like, so I agree with that aspect. You let that nigga do what he do, but just don't stop caring about the shit.
Yeah.
But
To not fuck with that nigga because he a fed doesn't make sense to you.
no, my thing is, it's not that it doesn't make sense. Well, it's just not how I would approach it. But
Right.
I understand the idea. It's just like the polarizing in my mind idea of you'll do this to this type of person that everybody respects, but you won't even. You'll be like, I'm just not even gonna engage.
Right.
Even though, but it's like I'm not even gonna engage, but I'm gonna continue to fuel the fire though.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're gonna fuel the fire, put the fire out.
Right.
But you'll go over here and do this, but you'll just engage and continue to poke this and let this fester and blow up. You giving this nigga more money.
Right.
You feel me? Like I would just.
Yeah, you're now allowing that nigga to talk about the shit for you to keep for them to keep on disrespecting you. You're giving this nigga more of a name, all that extra out shit. So you saying that makes more of a sense to like not fuck with that nigga because he a clown. So don't fuck with that nigga because he a clown type shit.
Like either don't fuck with him at all.
Right.
Don't mention him.
If you are gonna fuck with him, you gotta kill him.
Yeah.
Right.
Or at least really do something to him.
Yeah.
But this other shit is just like I don't know about that, but you know whatever.
No, that's valid. I definitely see what you're saying. I still stand on my point though.
I feel where I understand the idea.
Yeah.
I just saying I wouldn't approach it like that, but I understand the idea if you grow up in that environment. Like I get it.
Mm-hmm.
I just It's just not how I would do it, but I understand it.
Yeah, that's valid.
Clubhouse, they gonna find your shit,
Like I'm sure
dig
it's
it
not
up.
how he would
Don't
do
have
things
no
in life.
telling, don't have none of that on your job.
Nah, well, here's the thing,
Oh,
right?
sure.
A lot of niggas don't fuck with Wack because of what he said about 6ix9ine.
I remember that.
And a lot of niggas don't fuck with Wack because Wack is a real one. That nigga is Paru. I don't know what part. I don't know what part of Paru he is, but he Paru. That nigga, you know, was gangbanging, did all the shits, faded, squabbled, whole bunch of niggas, all that shit. He's a real one for sure. And just some of his viewpoints and a lot of his opinions, a lot of niggas don't like fuck with just because it's like, yo, nigga, like what the fuck type shit. There's some shit. There's a lot of shit that I agree with. I think bro is definitely entertaining as fuck, and I think he's dope. There's some shit that I don't necessarily agree with either. Like I'm not a fan of his 6ix9ine take. You know,
he managing 6ix9ine now, right?
I don't know. I'm not sure. But I'm not a huge fan of his 6ix9ine take, right? So, but yeah.
Ass to be on Clubhouse, on the 100 side of the trenches. But let's get back to it. They go to the standoff, dude pushing. You violate Charleston. He maced the nigga. Okay. So the boxer nigga, your whole team that was with you, busters, marks. They supposed to took off. Somebody gonna get through the mace. Fire your whole team. I wouldn't give them a dime. Them niggas is hoes. Another situation, somebody was pressing him about what he was saying. The nigga right there, it's him and another nigga. He didn't run. Then the boxer, here he come again, and he lying. You God Corleone, bitch ass nigga, why you lying? You on there talking about he was hiding behind his girlfriend. No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
The nigga was leaning up on the wall looking at his phone, nigga. You walked up, nigga, and tried some funny shit, and he bopped your ass in the head with the handle of the knife. Split your ass open, and then bop, let that blade out. Nigga had what we call a bone crusher. Nigga had a penitentiary bone crusher on him. Academics called it a pig poker. And told you what you want to do. You know what your punk ass did? You go to the internet and said, Charleston White hit me with a knife. He hit me with a knife. You's a bitch. Girl, y'all may not care for it. Arizona weekend, Charleston White up 3. The streets, 0.
This nigga instigating like a motherfucker.
Definitely is. Wack do that.
The streets is a myth. Not Meek Mill. Meek Mill, I'm hearing you doing an album called The Streets is a Myth.
No. I disagree with that. The streets ain't no fucking myth. This streets is real, nigga. Okay.
But this is Wack 100, a real one. From
No, he's right. He's right.
Okay.
But
you say you disagree?
I disagree because I literally, bro, niggas steal off and they go off in niggas shit.
I'm saying
Crips have told me this. They've witnessed this. They have told me, bro, you need to move. You need to move right. You need to move the right way, nigga, without these niggas out here. A nigga that I know, his brother got shot right in front of his house. What are you talking about? This is, okay. I know what I know what he mean by this. He's saying, all right, nigga, if the streets is real, then nigga, you fuck the mace, fuck the knife, fuck with any, like, whatever threat or potential harm can come about. Fuck that shit, nigga. You supposed to be a real one, nigga. Run up in there type shit. And I think that's what he meant in terms of the streets being a myth. But, like, I disagree in where it's like, the streets ain't necessarily a myth. I think niggas just kind of going about it a different way. One, he's boxing Charleston White. So, you know that there's cameras, you know that there's eyes, you know that and I don't know how real this nigga is. I don't know if he a real nigga. I'm not sure. I don't know about Cud like that. But I look at it from the standpoint of, okay, yeah, you was supposed to run up in Charleston White shit, but then at the same time, I believe it's like the same reason why all these other niggas don't be fucking with niggas like Charleston White. Don't be fucking with niggas like 6ix9ine. The specific reason is because, I mean, I guess it's technically mythological because if you a real one, that shouldn't stop you, is what he's saying. I just taught myself in there. I see what he's saying.
I'm just saying, this topic, no preference. But I'm just saying, if anyone should know, it should be him.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. But
I just taught myself, and I see what he's saying, because it's like, if you a real ass nigga, none of this shit should stop you, is what he's saying. And that makes a lot of sense. And I can't sit here and act like I'm a nigga that's from the streets, because I'm not. I've been in that environment, and I've seen how niggas react to certain shit, and I've seen how niggas tell me to move or whatever the case is. But I'm not a street nigga. So I see what he's saying. I don't want to say I vehemently disagree, but there is, I just believe there's a specific reason why these niggas don't be fucking with niggas like Charleston White, and there's a specific reason why niggas don't be fucking with niggas like 6ix9ine. And I still stand on what I say. These niggas, they know that okay, one, he's a clown, so you just not gonna win that battle anyway. But then also, two, I just don't think niggas want that smoke. Not physically, right? I don't think that's the case. I think niggas don't want that smoke because of what can come from freedom or a liberation standpoint. How niggas can get niggas cased up. How niggas can get taken away from their families and shit like that. And you like, well, why would they do that with other niggas and they don't care about no? I get that. But like, again, I think just knowing that a nigga like Charleston White will go out of his way to get niggas hemmed up and shit like that, they won't even fuck with no shit like that.
I feel you.
I don't know.
And you need to pay homage to the nigga that y'all all talking crazy about that y'all don't fuck with. That's Troy Ave shit. The streets is a myth is Troy Ave shit, and Meek Mill on the record is biting Troy Ave shit. Y'all need to wake that shit up too. I'ma say it, I don't give a fuck. The streets is a myth. Troy Ave been screaming this shit 2015, 2016. Now all of a sudden, Meek, I'ma do an album called The Streets is a Myth. Nigga, you part of the myth. But let's get back to it. Charleston White up 3, Street 0. AZ weekend, fight weekend. It is what it is. Call it what you want. I'm going to call a spade a spade. That's it. You know what? Yo, Charleston, check it out. I interviewed 6ix9ine. Now I want to interview you.
Yep, I knew it.
We could do it at No Jumper. Here go the terms. We gonna have a conversation. Cause one thing about it, I'm a Y baby. Y65395. I was there when they introduced pepper spray to us. Curb and all that. We eat that shit up. Right? And I don't even want you to be in a position where you feel like you gotta use any of that. I'm a different type of guy. Right? We should be able, no matter what the, conversation is, to have a conversation. So man to man, right? If you ain't scared of this conversation, hit old Laura up at No Jumper, and let's arrange to have a sit down. I'm gonna ask my questions. I get some questions from the people. Ask they questions. I feel like I understand you.
I would love that.
You know what I'm saying? Man, whether I agree with the shit or not, but I understand you.
The fuck out of that right there.
I get it.
Hopefully the sound don't sound
understand
bad.
What I'm saying? So, Charleston, you want to break the motherfucking net? Check in with old Laura and No Jumper. We bring you to the Adam and Wack show.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to sit down and have the conversation. And listen, whether we agree or disagree, it can be a conversation.
I think overall, bro, my takeaway from this is I definitely understand what Wack 100 is talking about, and I get it, and I understand, and I know that nigga's from streets. I know he's a real one, and so, his opinion definitely has a lot of validation, and I get that. But for me, bro, when he said like the streets is a myth, I mean, I guess I understand, because it's like if you a real ass nigga and if you a real one, none of this mace, none of this extra out shit, the blade, none of that shit is gonna stop you from doing exactly what you want to do. I'm pretty sure there's plenty of real ass niggas that will still go off in nigga shit regardless of what type of potential harm that the other person might have or the other party might have. So that I completely understand and I get. Unless he was talking in reference to something else in regards to the streets being a myth, but that's what I got from that whole excerpt, which I guess I do understand. But then you also, I believe you have to take into account why niggas haven't fucked up 6ix9ine. Why niggas haven't, I mean, they have fucked up 6ix9ine, right?
Very recently, though.
Very recently when he was at LA Fitness, huh? Yeah, when he was at LA Fitness and they fucked that nigga up. But, you know, and again, you're still giving fuel to a clown, because now when he recovers, he's still going to go right back online, do the same shit, say the same shit, even talk shit about the situation that he experienced. And on top of that, it's like, damn, yeah, y'all got that nigga. But one, it made him a little bit more relevant. Niggas still talked about it. Niggas, and then he still gets to profit off of that. However, I don't know if he turned that into something. I'm not sure. But, like, he still gets the profit off of shit like that. I think he dropped a song just recently. You know what I'm saying?
Black.
With Kodak Black. So, niggas just always take their L's, especially niggas that have that type of regard and, like, that type of popularity or notoriety in the game. That's how people look at them. Then they can't really take an L, because their L's can be turned into W's, because everybody just looks down on them regardless. So you can't get no lower,
yeah,
right?
Their whole life is an L.
You know what I'm saying? And so I will say this though, on behalf of Charleston White, I understand why he's moving the way that he's moving if it's not staged. I understand.
Even if it is staged, I understand.
Yeah, I understand why he's moving the way that he's moving. He knows what he's saying. He knows what he's doing. He knows he has a mouth on him. He knows that other niggas can be antagonized or perturbed by the shit that he says. So I completely understand that, and I get that. And the reason why he reacts the way he reacts is to protect himself, right? Self-defense. These niggas out here is rolling with nigga blowers, and they real ass niggas, and they've killed niggas before, and they got no problem with killing niggas, and they got no problem with running up on niggas, and so he's protecting himself, which I completely understand and I get. It's warranted. Do you think the way that Charleston White is moving makes sense?
It makes sense financially and status-wise, celebrity-wise, as far as people knowing about him and him potentially.
From a logical standpoint.
Yeah.
So when
money-wise.
So when that nigga pushed him, it made sense for him to make him, is what you're saying.
Money-wise, yeah. Because you know how people are going to react to this, and it's going to go viral. We're going to be here talking about it.
And that's what we're doing.
Yeah, if he would have if he wouldn't have done anything, I don't even think that would have been that big.
No, it
like
wouldn't.
Some people would have been like, "Oh, this nigga didn't do shit." He really, but it still wouldn't, like, niggas wouldn't really have cared like that.
Yeah,
because there's no like, oh, it don't invoke nothing.
It's the mace.
Yeah,
that really did it.
Yeah,